Gotta keep this shit going. You gotta keep this shit going, guys. If you like that shit, you gotta keep it going. Who can keep it going but the driver? The driver must put their fucking foot on the pedal to the metal, drive the car forward, make the boat rock, pull out the sails, flap those wings. A lot of things got combined there, but I don't care to sort them out, because if you understand the ideology behind the words, you understand the methodology behind your actions. Thus, accordingly so, and then some. Anyways, moving on. All right, welcome back. This is Israel Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer Fight Night predictions this Saturday evening, whatever the fuck, with me, Jaime, JRR, whatever the fuck. Happy to be doing this. Happy to be seeing all these fights. A lot of good fights this week. I'm actually looking forward to doing this one. My goodness, if you've been keeping up with the UFC, has it not been one of the weirdest and hardest, roughest times for the entire fucking thing? Not only are most of the fights not living up to the expectations, but we're dealing with controversy constantly, technical issues constantly, and a bunch of just fucking bullshit. That's besides the fact, at least this weekend's good fights, and I just want to get started off. Let's just rattle them off. Begin bottom to top, and I'm going to blitz through these guys. Let's start off with Kangjie versus Marcio Barbosa. I decided that both of the guys are just nice records, and I just want to get this one over with. So I decided that Mario Barbosa, because his name, Marcio Barbosa, because his name is close to Mario. And he's pretty good in Smash Bros. So that's my logic for this first fight, and we're going to move past it. We got next, people that I know, and I know most of these other people. The first one was just when I was new, at least. But Alexia Thainara versus Bruna, Brazil. Thainara looked fantastic. Not only that, if I remember right, she had a very good Dana White Contender Series fight. So she's kind of on a roll right now. She looks dangerous. She looks powerful. She looks like she enjoys the game she's playing. She looks like she is living it up. And when I look at her profile, I see a beaming smile. I believe in her totally and all the way, especially against Bruna, Brazil, who does not live up to the Fighting Nerds name quite as much as most of the other people in the organization do. So if you know Bruna, Brazil, you know to have your expectations tempered. Let's go Alexia Thainara. I'm going to go just a decision. I don't see that being, hopefully she can submit her, but let's go decision. Afterwards is Ricky Simón versus Adrian Yanez. I got Ricky Simón all day, bro. I mean, if you know me, you know that Ricky Simón has just made a name for his motherfucking self in these past few years, especially the past, 1.5 and shit. He's coming off of a loss to Raoni Barcelos, losing a decision, honestly, pretty confidently. Yeah, he lost that fight. But Ricky Simón doesn't stop doing this. He don't stop growing. He gonna keep going forward. So I got Ricky Simón doing this, going forward. Adrian Yanez, I just really didn't see nothing that's making me worried. So Ricky Simón, decision, moving forward. Navajo Stirling versus Bruno Lopes. Going Navajo, he has been finding his victories at this stage, and he's been able to just turn on the switch. He has a great ability to just make it a nasty, grueling fight at times. Even though I don't know if he's going to be able to win his future fights, especially when he gets in the rankings and gets real serious opponents, I kind of worry for a fighter like this. But Bruno Lopes, it's a good step up. Even if he takes a loss in this one, there's a lot of things to learn and grow from here. I just know that Bruno is going to be durable. He's going to at least bring it. He's going to not shy away from the damage he's able to take. So I really think that Bruno, after eating a couple shots, he's going to activate a lot of clinching, and Navajo should be able to figure it out. He should be able to slip out of there, get some distance, I don't know, do something to just get out of there. I'm not the fighter. I don't know, I'm making shitty-ass predictions. But do something, get out of there, and knock him out. I'm going to go Navajo decision, because I do think that still Bruno, you should respect that he's going to be looking to not get murdered, and thus he will grapple and grab him. And hope, honestly, he could take the fight if he just does that. Afterwards, we got Casey O'Neill versus Gabriella Fernandes. I liked O'Neill's striking. It looked solid, but I just thought that Gabriella had a greater likelihood of catching her in just simple traps. Gabriella was the one who also defeated Wayne Kong by submission. If I remember right, too. She didn't look that stand-up either, but it was Wayne Kong. And when Wayne Kong turned it on the feet, yeah, you're not going to be able to stand with her. And I respect that what she did. Flipped the script, decided to activate wrestling, decided to get it on the ground, and decided to choke the motherfucking bitch out. Do that again. I look forward to it. And if you're able to do that against Casey O'Neill, yeah, I think you can do it against Casey O'Neill. Again, don't snuff on Casey O'Neill. She's a dog too. But look for Gabriella Fernandes. I'd say a sub in round 2. So that's what I'm going to say. Next up, we have Marcin Tybura versus Tyrell Fortune. Good, I got that right. Every time I've been reading that, I've been saying Fortune. Fortune looked fucking nasty. He has just great highlights. They're putting him up against Marcin. That doesn't say a lot. You know, in some other weight classes, yeah. Amazing. This guy's getting a title shot in his first fight. This guy's getting a ranked position in his first fight. For the heavyweights, you're kind of going to get that ranked fight quickly. So I'm not going to read too deep into that one. Regardless of it being kind of an easier way to get into the rankings at heavyweight because of, you know, what's going on, I still think Tyrell should be ready to enter the UFC now against Tybura. Tybura just hasn't really been there 100% in most of his fights. He gets some of his, he doesn't, and it's really is just up to the grueling nature of it. If he's able to grind it out, he will. If he can't, he's out of there. So if Tyrell is able to stay on him and be the initiator, which, I mean, if you look at his fights, yeah, he's going to do that. He's going to take Marcin out within like 1. So, yeah. Next up, Chase Hooper versus Lance Gibson Jr. Now, I actually really liked Lance Gibson's last fight. If you look at it at where Bobby Green is now, King Green. King Green, he just defeated Zell Huber by a finish. Before that, it was Lance Gibson Jr. Lance Gibson Jr. put up a good fight. He didn't win the fight, and I clearly saw that too. But still, Bobby King Green showed he is still to be respected. Losing to King Green, honestly, it isn't as bad as it sounds because the guy is so fucking talented that if you are able to take King Green out, you're going to move forward in the rankings because you are good, because King Green is good. So the logic there for me is I really see Lance Gibson bringing a fight, but still, Chase Hooper has been ahead of the game, at least at where Lance Gibson is right now. Chase is far ahead from where he is. Chase really should win this fight. If Chase doesn't win this fight, it's going to really fuck with people's perception about him, and the betting lines are going to reflect that on this next fight. It's, you know, who cares about that at the end of the day? I just want to see them both put on a good fight, but Chase really should win this fight, and that's going to say a lot if he doesn't. I'm going to go with Chase to get the decision. I see this being a striking fight. I see Chase having a good shot every now and then for a knockout, but I see it being ugly and going to the decision. Chase should be able to find a submission somewhere. He should finish him. Should, would, could, who knows, but I'll go decision for Chase Hooper. We'll see. Afterwards is Ignacio Bahamondes versus Tofiq Musayev. Now, I like Tofiq, but I just have to go Ignacio Bahamondes. Bad loss to Fiziev. That's Fiziev. If you don't think that Ignacio can grow from a loss like that, you're crazy. And I think against Tofiq, he can do that. Tofiq's last fight was a pretty brutal one against Mirko Lobai. I cannot say the name. If you know who I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But it was to Lobai, and he lost, I think, in round 1 submission. But at least he could fucking stay there for a little while. Honestly, just something for a little while. But maybe this is just me being a little bit too high on Bahamondes. I have to expect him to come back better than ever. I have to expect that, and I will. I truly believe Ignacio should come out and kill in round 1. He should. With what he's done before and what he can do, he has it. He just needs to do it against this guy. How? Be first. Be first and don't respond to what he does to you. Don't allow his lack of reaction to affect you and then give him a reaction of you being, oh, well, he didn't react. No. Just do damage. Don't look at him. Don't think about what he's feeling. Don't think about what he's doing. Don't get in your brain. Just do the fight and close the distance and adapt. That's a bunch of nonsense I'm saying, but I just am excited about all of these fight stuff. Yeah. Terrance McKinney, guys, and Kyle Nelson. You have to go. You don't have to. Kyle Nelson seemed fine against Frivola, but Terrance McKinney got this one, guys. Come on, Terrance McKinney, round 1 against Kyle Nelson. Is Kyle Nelson that much of a dog? He's going to prove it Saturday night if he does. But really, Terrance McKinney murders people. I am surprised he has not caught anyone with death straight up death in those round 1 exchanges. Or him himself, really. Balls to the wall, throw everything, throw the entire kitchen sink and then some, throw the fucking living room while you're at it. Terrance McKinney, if he brings that in round 1, like he always does, he's gonna murder. I got Terrance round 1. Next up is Mansur Abdul-Malik versus Yousri Belgaroui. Man, I have to go Yousri. I don't want to. I like Mansur. I actually really enjoy his fights. I enjoy his personality. He's a killer. I follow him on Instagram, and it's like, he's one of the few guys that as soon as I saw him fight and then talk, I was sold. Steven Asplin, pretty much the same way. And man, the thing is just Yousri, he's just too good on the feet. His striking is too ahead. He's training with Alex Pierre, and he's only getting better. I don't know if Yousri is really going to see the belt. I really hope that someone's going to do the grappling and fuck him up on that. Maybe Mansur will be the guy. Maybe I'm putting too much on Yousri with what I've seen and how he performed against Azamat, which fucked me up. But I'll go Yousri still to find the yeah, I'm gonna go round 1 KO. It's not, I just see his boxing being enough. I really do. Hopefully Mansur is able to bring it to the ground, because I think that's the only area he can win it in this fight. But if he chooses to take the machismo route and do the striking, nah, bro. Nah, man, I don't know about that. But yeah, Yousri, round 1, TKO. Next up is Julian Erosa versus Larian Douglas. You should be excited about this one if you've seen Douglas's last one. I'm going to say Larian. Julian Erosa is a vet. He's been around for a long time. I've talked about him not too long ago in some other videos, so I'm not going to go over about him too much. But great all around. Julian Erosa is a dog, a vet. So if you're going to put a young gun against any vet, this is the one. Julian Erosa has an amazing opportunity to really show levels to Larian, but I'm going to be honest, just based off his Dana White Contender Series fight, I'm going to be going Larian here. This one, I do feel a little bit more, I'm taking a gamble, because he's new and we really haven't seen him, on the next stage really show it out. I don't think his opponent on Dana White really was enough for us to get a firm image, but I want to gamble. I want to bet. I want to take a chance on this one and say Larian's going to find that round 1 KO again. We'll see. We'll see exactly what he's made of Saturday. But if he's made of the stuff I think he is, it should be electric. I am hoping I'm right on this one. I don't really hope for a lot of correct things on my part, because who gives a fuck? But I really hope I'm right about that one. Next up, Michael Chiesa versus Carlston Harris. Carlston Harris lost to Ponzinibbio. Michael Chiesa is Michael Chiesa. Do I need to say more? Not really. Michael Chiesa by a round 1 sub. Who knows? Maybe round 2. Maybe Harris is going to be able to make this a dog, nasty, grueling mud fight. But I doubt it. So I'm going to be going Michael Chiesa. I think this is his last retirement fight. He's been in the game for a while, and he hasn't been wanting to go. But I think he's made his decision. I think he has decided himself this is the retirement fight. We'll see if he's going to keep to that word. He could just say never mind. But if he's really feeling that way, and he's been performing as good as he's been, he's going to fucking murder Carlston. So exciting on that one. I look forward to it. Afterwards is Alexia Grasso versus Macy Barber. Sadly, guys, Alexia Grasso just hasn't shown enough that I can say I can go for her. I'm going to have to be going Macy Barber, get the decision, and just overall be a bit more versatile. I'm hoping that Alexia isn't too one-dimensional. She stays on the ground, or she stays striking. I hope she just doesn't choose one path, because a certain path last time didn't work out and she overcorrects this time. I really hope it's not that bad. I hope that she instead finds a nice midway. She finds her middle path, She has that somewhere, but she just needs to hone it in. And I don't know. I feel like Alexia Grasso is so elite, too, that at her stage, it's like she would need a couple more years to find it. And then she would have to have the physicality at that point. So, I don't know. She's just in a hard spot. I really don't know where she's going to go from here. I don't know if she's going to be able to get another title shot. And it sucks. I kind of hate saying that. All of that is pretty much why I'm picking Macy Barber. Macy Barber's on the up and up. She's ready. She's hard hitting. She does it all, and she's ready up. I mean, you know the division and how this side of the sport can be sometimes. I'm going to be going with a decision. Hopefully, they put on a show and they make it a fucking loud fight, but we'll have to see. At least for sure, I know the next one is going to be pretty fucking good. Last and not least, Israel Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer, if you're gonna use your brain, like I know a lot of people do, and I know that that's why they get these picks right, and that's why I don't. But if you're gonna use your brain, you probably pick Joe Pyfer. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm choosing Israel Adesanya because this is it. This is it. If he doesn't win this fight, I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe he's going to just stay in the UFC and fight dudes for the fucking love of it. Okay, cool. But in terms of the last chance that we get to see the style bender at the top again, this is it. We're not going to get another chance after this. After this fight, we're going to see if Israel's Adesanya is done for sure. Will he stop fighting? I don't know. I don't think so. But is he going to be able to work himself back up to where he was? We'll see. I'm really hoping for. That's why I'm picking him on this fight. I just don't want to put doubt on something like that. That's how I'm viewing this fight. I'm viewing this as I do a retirement fight and these other send-away fights or last moment or last chance, last opportunity fights. I see it as that serious. I see it as this is it. This is do or die. So if he doesn't fucking do it, death. It's over. Who knows what his... I don't know. Who knows what the future will hold, but it sadly will not be the championship if it's not a victory here. Who knows if he loses the next fight? That'll be telling too. But everything, I feel like the anchor point right now is riding on this one. Joe Pyfer isn't Imavov. Joe Pyfer isn't Dreykus. Joe Pyfer isn't Sean Strickland. Joe Pyfer is Joe Pyfer. He's pretty good, but he is not any of those guys. And if Izzy's gonna lose to this guy, I think he should wrap it up, but he probably keeps fighting and shit. But yeah. All right, but that's the whole enchilada. That's everything I gotta say. That's the whole taco salad. I don't know the fuck. But I enjoyed doing this one. I was very hyped on all these fights. It's gonna be a good night. This I'm happy about. I'm happy that this is almost a return to form for UFC. Last week was okay. The Emmett fight versus Vallejos fight was fantastic. The entire card was great. Really hoping this one made some expectations. Because if not, honestly, I have to put all my faith in Yuri Prochazka to save the day. So Yuri will save the day no matter what. We can all bank on Yuri. But I want this to really, really do it for me. I really want it to. All right, I don't want to talk ears off, though. Have a good one. Be well. Touch some cats in a very wholesome way. I hope no one takes that the other way. But be well. Do good things. That's it. Goodbye. That's it. Goodbye.